Welcome to hell.
Lucky everyone is drunk or you would be murdered right now.
Today we're going to be discussing the similarities between Helluva Boss and Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Let's go. Now, I know what you're thinking. These two shows couldn't be more different. Just stay with me because I think by the end of this, you're going to be on the same page that I am. Whether you're a Helluva Boss fan, a Buffy fan, or both, I might be able to sway you a little bit towards the other show. Just try it out. That's all I'm saying. And you might be pleasantly surprised. At first glance, Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Helluva Boss may seem worlds apart. One is a cult classic TV show about a teenage girl fighting supernatural forces, while the other is an animated web series following a group of hell-dwelling creatures in a chaotic world. But if you dig a little deeper, you'll find that these two shows share several key similarities that make them resonate with audiences in much the same way. First, let's talk about the protagonists. Buffy Summers and Blitz both embody the reluctant leader archetype.
Very well, you eat this late. You're gonna get heartburn.
Buffy, a high school student who must balance normal teenage life with her destiny as the Slayer, constantly wrestling with the burden of responsibility. Similarly, Blitz, the leader of IMP, deals with the pressures of running a business in hell, while also trying to protect his dysfunctional team. Both characters show strength and vulnerability and are driven by a desire to protect the people and demons they care about, even when it comes at a great personal cost. Another parallel lies in the dynamic team structures. In Buffy, the Scooby Gang, made up of close friends like Willow,
yeah, that's me, reliable dog geyser person,
Xander, and Giles, works together to fight evil.
That'll put marzipan in your pie plate, bingo.
Helluva Boss mirrors this dynamic with IMP, where characters like Moxie, Millie, and Luna form a tight-knit group.
I love you so much.
Both teams blend humor with drama, facing overwhelming odds together and supporting each other through emotional and personal challenges.
Willow, you are using too much magic. What do you want me to do? Just sit back and keep my mouth shut? Well, that'd be a good start. If I didn't love you so damn much, I would.
Both shows are known for their witty dialogue and dark comedy.
My baby!
Buffy often lightened its darker themes with snarky one-liners, clever quips, and situational humor.
You don't have the...
Who does nowadays?
Speaking of humor, both shows are known for their witty dialogue.
God damn it, whore, you will not let that go.
And dark comedy. Buffy often lightened its darker themes with snarky one-liners.
Spike is strong and mysterious and sort of compact but well-muscled.
I am not having sex with Spike, but I'm starting to think that you might be.
Clever quips and situational humor, despite dealing with monsters.
People are perfectly happy getting along, and then vampires come, and they run around and they kill people, and they take over your whole house. They start making these stupid little mini pizzas.
Demons and death, including her own.
She died just a little.
3 times.
Helluva Boss, on the other hand, leans heavily into its edgy humor.
You better move that pussy wagon right now, or I'm gonna...
You would.
Blending violence and profanity with sharp satirical dialogue.
Or I'll call HR.
Anyway.
While their styles differ, both use humor to break the tension of their intense, high-stakes situation.
If I was at full Slayer power, I'd be punning right about now.
And then there's the deeper moral questions that both series explore. Buffy the Vampire Slayer regularly delves into the themes of identity, morality, and the struggles of growing up. Buffy is constantly faced with tough decisions that force her to question what's right and wrong, particularly when dealing with the gray areas between good and evil. Likewise, Helluva Boss tackles surprisingly profound issues, from love and loyalty to trauma and self-worth, especially when exploring the backstories and emotional depth of characters like Blitz and Stolas. Both series showcase how their characters evolve through difficult circumstances, making them relatable even in fantastical situations. We can't compare the dark aspects of Buffy the Vampire Slayer to that of Helluva Boss without discussing Dark Willow. So we see how Willow kind of goes down the slippery slope, or if you've never seen the show before, she delves into magic without really understanding the basics of it.
Return. I call on
Willow?
Are you okay?
And goes full force in and becomes addicted to it like a drug. So we can see in some of these scenes how she begins using magic against those she loves.
I'm sorry. I screwed it up. Everything, Tara.
Yeah, you know what? You did screw up, okay?
God, I need help. Please. Please help me. Please.
At first, it's just mistakes, things that she does by accident that is affecting those she loves in a negative aspect. But then she goes as far to spell her own girlfriend.
Forget.
That's whenever Willow kind of takes a turn to the dark side. And not only does she spell her, she then kind of just carries on as if nothing happened. She doesn't try to make things right. She doesn't follow through with the things she said she was going to do before she spelled her.
I love you. If you don't want to fight, you don't fight. You don't use magic to make a fight disappear.
One of the key differences between Tara and Willow's magic practice is that Tara actually studied the foundations of magic with her mother. She knows how to not kind of break the rules of magic, whereas Willow was never taught that. She was just kind of taught, don't do it, don't do it. Okay, only do it if you have to, instead of actually preparing herself to work with the magics, which led her down a dangerous road.
It's not what magic is for. You're helping yourself now, fixing things to your liking, including me. I need you. I don't need magic. Go a week. 1 week without magic. Fine, that's easy.
And even after, the promises she makes aren't kept. As you can see in the scene where Tara finds out that Willow spelled her in Once More with Feeling. She says it over and over during the song. It's, I'm under your spell.
I'm under your spell. Nothing I can do. You just took my soul with you.
And then it isn't till the end that she finally realizes that, yes, she was under her spell. And that's when she kind of says she's had enough. She comes back to it here where she's talking about how she knows that she was spelled and how something's got to change. I can't help but feel the similarities in this and the misuse of power and magic on Helluva Boss, specifically for me when Stolas magics Blitz out of his house. To me, that was such a misuse of magic and power. He tried to apologize before, and Stolas just magicked him out of the house.
Goodbye, Blitz.
Stolas, wait!
What the?
How degrading is that? He can't even walk him to the door. He just, I can't deal with you anymore. I'm going to just transport you out of the house. They were arguing, yes. He could have easily walked him to the door. They were already on their way there, but he kind of had to shove him through with a magic portal. That was really like a misuse of his power. That's not what his power was meant for. Willow kind of repents for the things she did, but not until it's almost too late, until too many things have gone wrong. We'll see if Stolas does. We'll see if he, cares. Probably not, because they're demons in hell. But I find it interesting, the little tidbits that kind of just have similarities to them. We can't talk about Buffy without talking about ritual sacrifice, right? As funny as it sounds, even though it wasn't proclaimed to be a main theme of the show, there were so many ritual sacrifices on Buffy. And when I saw them do the dramatic ritual sacrifice on Apology Tour, it was like, yes, this is hilarious. It was such a funny, satirical version of what a ritual sacrifice would be.
The last Earth party I attended on Hallows Eve.
To his last Earth party.
All hail the demon prince, Stolas.
I was told there would be cake.
I have to give one more moment to his last Earth party. They are doing a sacrifice in his name, saying, all hail Stolas, Prince of Darkness. Meanwhile, they don't even know he's like this dreamer lover type of character. And then it's like, who set this party up? Was it like an incantation to manifest him to Earth? And then they're like, boop, this is what we're doing. And then I love when he's like, I was told there would be cake. Oh, it's just so hilarious. And again, this gives me like total Buffy vibes. I love when there's like these little throwbacks that remind me of the other comical supernatural shows. And there's definitely a lot of ritual sacrifice on Buffy. Like they do show that aspect of the demonic culture, for lack of better words. You know, they're summoning a demon. They don't know enough about the demon to even know what the demon likes. They think the demon wants some type of dark ritual. Meanwhile, all he wants is a piece of cake. It's that similar type of dark humor, laugh in the face of danger type of humor that you would see on shows like Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Angel, and Charmed back in the late 90s and early 2000s. The music in both shows really is to die for. We have the one musical episode of Buffy, Once More with Feeling. It was amazing. I've watched that episode more than any other episodes of Buffy. I've watched it with my kids, and it's very enjoyable. The songs, we'll listen to them. It's just an episode that's going to kind of live on because of the music that was used in it, because of the story that they portrayed through this musical aspect, and it was awesome. And I see a lot of that in Helluva Boss. Now, I would say even on a larger scale, because they have a lot of musical episodes on Helluva Boss, especially in the second season. But even on Buffy, when they weren't singing, they had some of the best music in the background. They hung out in the club called the Bronze all the time. They always had some up-and-coming artists on there, and it was so fun as a teenager just to see what new bands were coming out and just kind of to really be introduced to them. And they would all usually fit into the genre. You know, they would have that feel that really fits in with the supernatural world that they're living in. And who doesn't want to have the background music of this like fantastical world? The dramatic romance scenes are great too. We have so many scenes between Buffy and Angel that really stand out. They had these great episode arcs where you would have 3, 4, 5 episodes back to back that were all amazing, almost like a finale, but it just kept going and going until it built up and then something else would happen. And it's similar lately on Helluva Boss with the whole Blitz and Stolas dynamic. They're really starting to come into this like love story that's going on, and it's very interesting. And then you have like the somewhat more stable relationship of Millie and Moxie, and you'll see those relationships on Buffy too, whenever Willow and Oz had this very like stable type of relationship for a time being, and even with Xander and Cordelia for a small time. However, these big romantic gestures, the kissing in the rain, there's just something to it. And I feel like they're really touching on that on Buffy and on Helluva Boss. If you haven't watched Buffy the Vampire Slayer yet, first off, what are you waiting for? The show's been out for 20 years. Second, it's amazing and you should try it out. If you're into the supernatural, anything to do with witchcraft, the occult, the underworld, I think you would really enjoy it. And if you've never seen Helluva Boss before, check it out. You know, they just put out a couple episodes. They have more coming this fall. It's an ongoing show right now, and it's great. It kind of helps you to get those stuck feelings out that are trying to get out, that are a little bit darker than what you would like. And it is a great show to laugh. You know, it's great to put on the evening once the kids have gone to bed, or in the daytime if you don't have children. And you can just watch it and really just have fun and let loose for the amount of time that you're watching it. I would say for the half hour, but you might get on a binge and then you're watching it for 2 or 3 hours. So please enjoy. Let me know how you like it in the comments. And until next time. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more videos exploring the intersections of history, folklore, and entertainment, crime, and porn. Let me know if you want me to do a video all about the imps of Helluva Boss.